I mean, there's a part towards the end of the documentary where, the whole team, yourself included, you were almost you were a wanted man. What was that like how scared were you in that moment? Was the threat real?
Oh, it was real. Yeah, it was very scary because you can imagine first of all, the Bahamas, like many of the Bahamian islands and the Caribbean islands, they're all very poor islands. Like the locals have no money. And so to have a situation like this where they've landed this amazing music festival, people coming in from all around the world, bringing in tourism, bringing in commerce, boosting the economy, it was very, very exciting. But once it all started to go wrong, and it was becoming painfully obvious that many of these local small companies who had put themselves out there and were waiting to be paid at the end of the festival were not going to get paid. And they knew it. And they were furious and upset. And, they were prepared to do anything to get their money. And I, being the only gray haired person on the island, the only person that really they all knew quite well besides Billy, because of my personality and how I was trying to work with all of them, I was the one they were coming to at the end to say, I want my money. But it wasn't small amounts. It was 50,000, 20,000, 80,000, 240,000. I'm like, oh my word. I said, you got to talk to Billy. And they're like, well, we can't find him. So we're talking to you and we'll stay with you until we get our money. I'm like, oh my word. And I literally, as you know, I mean, I smuggled myself out of there. I changed clothes with one of the kids that worked for me. I put on dirty jeans and a dirty baseball cap. I hid behind a porta potty. Someone picked me up. I jumped into the back of the car and laid on the ground in the car. We got out of the village. Car got a flat tire. I had to run on the side of the road for miles. And every time a car came up, I hid in the bushes. And I finally got home and I started packing up the villa. And my lawyers were like, you have to get off that island. It's not safe. But the first plane that could get me was 5 hours away. And the jet wasn't going to get there until 5 hours. And, I was really lucky. And I hid in the back of a pickup truck with branches on top of me for 2 hours on the side of the airport in the woods. And then finally, when the jet landed, we screeched out onto the runway. I jumped out of the car and we jumped on the plane. And the pilot was like, welcome, Mr. King. I said, stop talking. Get this plane off the ground, please. And he started going before even the door was shut. And I didn't feel semi-safe until the wheels were up and off the ground.